Hi, welcome to ITC561 Cloud Computing. I'm Peter White and I'm your lecturer for this session. First, let's start with a bit of information and some expectations. The subject outline is always available in Interact. If you go to Interact 2 to ITC561, in the left-hand menu you'll see there at the top, just under the welcome page, is the subject outline, and you can always access that from there. The other important thing to think about is there is a resources section as well. If you come down to resources, you'll be able to click on that and get various different additional readings or documents and so on that are put in there. I'll also put into resources the lecture notes from each week's lecture and recordings of the lecture so that you can download that as well. The other thing that's in there that isn't mentioned on here is the topics, and of course each of the topics will give you information about what you need to study for that particular week. From time to time there might be additional information come up about the subject, and I will usually put out an announcement. If it's a really important one, I'll email it to you as well. But you should log on and check the announcements at least once a week. On the expectation side, you're expected to actively participate in any discussions on the subject forum. Now, normally this is quite a very, very active subject forum because there's a lot in this, and there's a lot of information here for you to gain. If you have any questions, issues, concerns, please come directly to me. The best way always to contact me is by email. Okay, and I'll talk to that in just a second. Now, as I said, I'm Peter White. I'm an adjunct lecturer in the School of Computing and Maths. An adjunct means I'm not a full-time lecturer. I actually still work, and currently I'm the Manager Design and Delivery for a New South Wales government agency. Now, I've been working in the IT industry since early last century sometime, and I've got considerable experience as a software developer, systems administrator. I've been an information security architect, a technical architect, and a solution architect. And as I said, I'm currently Manager Design and Delivery. I have a wealth of experience and knowledge that I bring to cloud computing, and we have considerable agency experience that we developed in migrating some of our public-facing delivery services to a public cloud environment. And we're in the middle of actually starting another migration into a hybrid cloud. My major qualification is a Doctor of Information Technology, which I did in the area of information security and identity management. So I've got some interesting points and interesting knowledge we can bring to the table for you. The best way to contact me, as I said, is by email, pewhite@csu.edu.au. Please ensure you put ITC561 in the subject title. That'll make sure that you're not zapped by my spam filter. I've got a phone number there in my office on campus. I check it approximately once a week. So if it's urgent, send me an email. If you do want to have an appointment with me to meet, as I said, my office is on the Bathurst campus, and that's the address there. You'll need the textbook, Earl Mohammed and Patini, Cloud Computing Concepts, Technology and Architecture. This is a slightly old book now, it's 2013. However, because it's mainly dealing with concepts and architectures, it's still very, very current. Now, there will be a large list of other recommended readings. You don't need to have to go through and buy them all or whatever, but if you are interested in looking to move into this sort of area or do some work in it, some of these may be of some interest to you. The major topics we'll be looking at over the next 12 weeks. Cloud concepts, their models, and the technologies. So we look at everything that supports the cloud computing concept. We'll look at the different architectures that can be used within the cloud. We'll look at how do we do information security and risk management in the cloud. We'll also look at management and governance in the cloud, and we'll look at migration planning. So looking at this, you might suddenly realize that we're not going to be doing any really hands-on work on building servers in the cloud. This subject is about planning, right? If you want to get the hands-on experience, I suggest let's go talk about Amazon. Will give you a free 12 months worth of free trial. Azure do something similar, so do Google. But this is about planning, and this is really about planning from an enterprise point of view. And this is start to build up your skill base so that you can come into your business and say, this is the approach we should start to take. Okay, the topics are here, as you see: cloud basics, technologies, concepts, models, architectures, etc., etc. A bit of time on migration planning and governance, and then bringing the whole thing together towards the end. We've got 3 assignments. First one due on the 12th of March. Now, assignments are normally due on Sunday night, so midnight Sunday night, or a minute two, is the due time. If you're a minute or two over because of the vagaries of Easts or the internet, I'm not overly concerned about that, so don't panic. Assignment 2, the 2nd of April, and assignment 3, the 14th of May. We'll have an online session each Tuesday night at 1900 or 7 p.m, whichever your format you're more comfortable with. Now, this will normally be a 2-hour session. It will be recorded, so I understand that a lot of you have issues that you can't always attend all the lectures because of work, so you will be able to download the file the following day. So the normal format for this will be a lecture of around about 60 minutes or so. We'll look at the particular topic, and then we'll have some discussion time around that, and which will also morph into discussion about assignments and how we do things and approaches and so on. So the idea here is that, let's get some basic information into you first to cover all the bits, and for me to give you the areas that I think that you should need to concentrate on, and then we can start discussing things. Don't forget to also put things into the forum, and quite often what I'll do, particularly in this subject, is I'll bring questions and concepts that are raised in the forum into the following week's session, so we can talk them out in more detail. So bear in mind, this is how it'll work. It's quite a good session. It's quite a good lecture series, and I hope you'll enjoy it. So if you've got any questions, please send me an email. As I said, pey@csu.edu.au. Don't rely on the phone number. I will check it once a week, but it's only once a week. I'll talk to you soon.